Deal. That's B-Phlat, the show. Tighten Up Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, October 3rd, everybody. I'm Chris Denman, live in St. Louis. That is B-Phlat. She's in Philadelphia. It's the only comedy and DIY show your grandparents warned you about. Every Tuesday, right here. Philadelphia and St. Louis. Deja's on the board tonight. Big show, special guest. We'll introduce her in just a moment. Hi, everybody. It's been a minute.
Chris, this is his action. This go out to Phyllis, St. Louis.
Okay, Phyllis. There you go. Still working that Picasso magic from the Picasso 100 of Music at the Intersection. B, it's great to see you. You look healthy. You look. I've talked to you. The people haven't heard your voice. You're back.
Yes, and you know what's so funny? When I talked to Phyllis today, she didn't even recognize my voice. And she's like, who is this? She's like, girl, you sound so crazy and so hoarse all the time. Haven't heard your real voice. And I was like, it's B-Phlat. She's like, I thought somebody was playing on my phone.
Oh, hilarious.
She sounded like, so,
everybody, I know a lot of people, it was a weird, you had the chest colds going around. Everybody gets all tired. You're traveling, everything. So either way, I'm glad you rested up. I'm happy to be here. Happy to see you. I know the Picassos have been patiently waiting. So welcome to episode 101.
Yeah, I thank everybody for being so patient because I was really going through it, Chris. And you know, I'm still working at Movita's house. And that house in the basement, the dander over there makes me ill. So that didn't help with my breathing. And Dennis was like, if you're not better by Monday, you're going to have to go to the doctor because I'm tired of you hacking. And
yeah,
we had an anniversary that we didn't even get to celebrate. It snuck right up on me. I didn't even get to get my husband nothing. I didn't go. I didn't even work on Mo's house for like a week because after I was feeling terrible and I wore myself out, I got sicker. So I was like, and then I don't really eat over there. That's the other thing. I'd be over there 8 hours. 8 to 9 hours, and I don't eat over there because I feel like shit is gonna get on my food, so I don't eat nothing. I know it's weird like that. I can be like, let me keep my stuff in the refrigerator. I bring like a couple things to drink and have my coffee, and that's it. And I'm like working like crazy, drinking water and not eating. Then I'll come home, take a bath, crash out, and that's not good. So,
thank you for admitting that. That's a big step.
Well, you know what? I try to do. First of all, you know this is my nemesis, unlike Ms. Marina's bench. So
feral cats, Miss Marina's bench.
I'm completing something that I did start on behalf of I call him my nephew. Love you, Buddha. But because I'm not getting any help now, I'm really basically doing everything by myself. It's probably going to take me like another 2 weeks to finish. I mean, to completely finish because I'm just not, it didn't help that I was sick and it doesn't help that nobody's helping me. But in a way, I kind of like it because it's like I don't have to tell nobody to do shit and I can just get it done. And I have to keep saying, do this, do that, hold this. Because I'm at a point where it's like, I just want to finish and I know what I want to do.
Yeah.
So it's like I can do it and get it done. And you get to see all that great progress today.
Oh, good.
Yes, because I'm just like, I'm at a point where I'm just kind of like frustrated and want to say, fuck it, but I can't because I'm so close to the goal. I just want to get it done so I can just show everybody my great progress. This is a renovation. This is not a flip, just so people know.
Are you talking about your sanity or the house?
Both of them.
Renovating their sanity, people.
Yes, basically, both of them.
A lot of people in the live chat already. We'll say hey to them in a moment, but I know you got a lot to get to tonight. It's going to be a tight show. I can feel it.
Yes, it's gonna be
I'll hit one comment. Someone, let me see. I only ask because I'm sure she would love for me to tell you. Someone asked, Jennifer Grant, how is Key? Key's great. She's extremely busy this month, but Key's been wonderful, obviously helping out Midcoast Media. She's got Deja in here. Deja's a seasoned veteran at this point because of Key's help. So Key's good. She's busy as ever. So she'll be back dancing into your hearts soon enough.
People are going to hear me cough a little bit and maybe do a little, but I'm so much better. And
that's that weed.
No, that's this. Oh, you know what I'm on, Chris. You already know. And look, it's empty. I caught myself trying to hold out for the show. I was like, oh, I'm not going to drink the whole thing. It's already gone.
Match made in heaven.
But I want people to know how I hooked it up. You know, shout out to Mighty Kind always. And I love that they send me the little reports. I can see what states people are buying it in, where it's getting shipped to. So shout out to New York and California the most.
B.
Yes.
You said, I'm sorry, what? Just for clarity's sake, yes. You said states as in plural.
States as in plural. Like I look on it, I see Nevada, I see Louisiana, but the states that are purchasing the most, New York and California. Probably because they have people are still getting used to the fact. Like I seen it in South Carolina, but I think people that kind of feel like they live in a state where there are no weed laws or where it's not legal, they probably feel more leery getting it shipped to them.
Oh, you could do the CBD. Yeah.
It's legal to ship anywhere. So I think now that people are catching on, and I think people that are more, and even in DC, there are a couple orders from the DC. But I noticed that the states where the laws are more lax, people are more amped to,
sure,
are quick to buy it. Yeah. So shout out to Cali and New York.
That's awesome. That's so fun to see. I'm really happy to hear that.
So I'm just sharing the experience, and it's funny because Darius gave me like 5 of these. These were the infused. He was our lemonade infused sponsor, and he gave me these are like infused like little syrups in different flavors. I put a couple drops of this in my Mighty Kind and gave it a little sweetness. So it's like a raspberry because I'm drinking the lemon heady, and it's just like just tastes like lemon. So I threw some of that in there with a lemon. What? So now I'm gonna have to tell Darius I need some more of these. And you only need a little bit because they're super sweet. So when he was selling the lemonades in the bags, you could get that and pour just a little bit and it will give it a different flavor. He had different flavorings like strawberry, raspberry, that kind of thing. So I just put some in my Mighty Kind and
shout out. I'm so sorry because I don't have it in front of me and I didn't expect to talk about this. Was it Carla who did the cookies in the Picasso bag?
Carla.
Okay. Yeah. And what's her company?
Elevate the Good.
Elevate the Good. I know this. It's been a long day. But I text B and I text B. I'm not a continual consumer of that weed. And I go, oh, hey, I found one of these cookies. These are awesome to help me sleep. What's like any weed? I'll just take it and I'll sleep. Oh, it's amazing. And I was like, oh, I want to do this. But if you take too much, then I'm goofy for the first 4 hours of the day, looking at people too long, walking kind of weird.
How did you feel after you ate the cookies? And I hit up Carla.
Now,
get a quick response in terms of how many milligrams are in each cookie.
Oh, did you get one?
I didn't.
Okay. I did. I did it in thirds, and it was perfect. And that was about right. So it was probably like 30 milligrams.
Okay, yeah, and they're not.
If I guessed, no.
My niece Shalon, she make the cookies. They be like this. They $10 last all week. I'm just saying. So I know that little cookie. Yeah. That little cookie. You had the one with the macadamia nuts in it, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Dennis had about 9 of them cookies.
You guys are tougher than me. Yeah. Oh, if I just wanted to be out of my mind, sure. But yeah, I don't.
Yeah, he was loving those cookies, and I was loving that brownie. That she had like a strawberry blonde brownie. Oh, I was having it with my coffee. Oh, I told you I didn't even eat there. All I did was eat her edibles and drink the seltzers and the lemonades. That's all I needed. I told you I ain't come there to eat. I came there to kick it. So that's exactly what I did. And on that note, speaking of kicking it, I wouldn't be able to do it if I didn't give a shout out to Lauren for my dope music that I come in on. So I got to give my soror a shout out. And Daphne, who's so patient with me. She called me last week and I need to chat with her. And I haven't. So please bear with me, Daphne. And I'm going to get to you. So we can get back on track.
We need a cough button. You remember those in the old school, in the radio, in the stations? You have a cough button.
That's me. I'm the cough button. All I got to do is go.
No. Not a sound it mutes your mic when you need to cough in a radio station.
Oh, I'm about to say, if you need the sound effect, I can do it.
Yeah, you're like, that's my nickname. Yeah, got it.
I want to give a shout out to Miss Ethel Gerard, who always remembers Dennis and I anniversary. And she's so sweet. She wrote on a happy 14th anniversary.
Oh, wow.
Dennis, it was last week on the 27th. And look, she sent him like a clipper kit. That Brookstone shaving kit.
She doesn't like his beard?
And beard oils. See, that's to shape it up, Chris. She sent beard oils.
That's nice.
She sent me this amazing Anne Klein necklace. I already tried it on. I like this. You see this? Nice little rope. Ain't that nice? So I got to take a picture of it and put it in the scrapbook. I don't know why you laughing. Everybody signed the scrapbook, and I thank you. I just thank you, Miss Gerard. Thank you for the nice gifts. And Chris laughing at the scrapbook, but everybody signed it. Everybody read through it. It was so nice. And next year, I'll bring back another scrapbook for people to sign it. And it will have all the gifts and pictures and stuff that people send me, emails, all the nice stuff. So I'm looking forward to double people coming next year, Chris. I've already gotten people saying, I'm coming back. It's going to be bigger and better.
All around. So, I'm excited.
All around. I am too. On that note, I just want to show a quick something people missed out on at the Picasso celebration. Go on, hit it, Deja. There's nothing sacred in this world.
This might knock us off.
Oh, I got the karaoke party started, Chris. Everybody's like, no, you're not up doing the Billy Idol. White
That was
Lady.
great.
Cicely got up and helped me. Shout out to my soror, and we rocked out. And then that set the tone, and then everybody started doing a karaoke thing, and we had a great time.
So I love it.
This moment.
Great work. Yes.
Speaking of work, I have 3 Zooms coming up, Chris. First being next week, October 12th, because we have to do this follow-up meeting so that we can, make an assessment of where we, may have to tweak some things, what we want to do next year, just all that good stuff. So I have this meeting with the committee members next Thursday.
Very
cool. Then the following Thursday, it's going to be with, you can take that down, Deja, thank you. It's with the vendors because I want to get their feedback. So I'm going to be doing a meeting with them on October 19th. And then with the volunteers on October 26th. Because I'm putting all of that information into the fulfillment summary I've been working on. I'm already on the 10th page. It's for the sponsors. I know you laughing, even though I was sick, Chris, I had to get shit done.
That's all you do is get stuff done. So great work.
Because we can get money for next year. I don't want to have to be begging for no money next year at all. I don't want us to be having to do no raise 10 for 10 and 10. I want to get everything in now. And now that sponsors were telling me, when to get it in and what we need to see in it. So I've already wrote my executive summary. I've already put in the information about who attended, where people came from, and our numbers. So I want to get statistics. And I already put in what we spent our money on and the budget in a little graph. And it's going to be just like a quick slideshow and keynote. Nothing really that you have to do a lot of reading. Just really, tight summaries so that we can get this money.
That's what I love to hear. Good for you.
I'm trying to get big money, Chris. And then maybe they'll say, oh, yeah. And we're trying to pay for your podcast. Because I'm working on 2 sponsors for that already.
You're a machine, and I believe it. You can do it. And it's, you know what? You have such a great base. You got a lot of help. You see what it takes, and I don't know. I'm not surprised at all. So that's great. And it is. There's a good audience for this. So keep it up.
You help facilitate it. So all of this comes through you. So, we wouldn't have been able to do none of this if you didn't help create the vision. Because you could have said no. You could have been like, nah, y'all can't come do that. Or I'm just saying.
It is. It took a ton of effort on your part. I made some stuff happen, but at the same time, it'll grow. I just think it'll just get better. So I'm super impressed. So
even though I know I got on your nerve, but we came in, we show improved, and they didn't say no, y'all can't come back next year. So
no. Very welcome.
So I'm hoping that all happens, and we're just planning for a bigger and better year. And of course, we're going to be paying more because we'll have more people coming in and needing more. And that just means that we'll have more visibility because the more sponsorship we have, the bigger our name gets to be somewhere at the music festival.
My goodness. Look at you.
That's all the Picassos want is for people to know we there. We in there like a booty hair. That's it. That's it, Chris.
MM's going to sell monkey bread to raise money for next year.
It's funny because that's what I'm bringing up at the meeting for us to do a fundraiser. I want to do like a comedy show and let it be a fundraiser, and this proceeds go to our. Yes, we got all kinds of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, and it's exciting because there's going to be more improvements and stuff to the festival just in general, and I really think there needs to be a comedy at the intersection, and I'm going to probably head that up. So, how convenient. So
how
we'll
convenient
see.
that we'll be working on that, and I'm sure it'll probably be like me and Greg Warren, and then maybe like G Thing or Cedric the Entertainer or Lavelle Crawford.
Cedric is on Two Funny Mamas Thursday. He's got a new book out. He's coming on to talk about it.
Well, that's what's up.
Yeah, very cool. I'm looking forward to it.
I might have to jump on that.
Quincy's in the house, Kiana's in the house, Joy's in the house, M. Gabrielle's in the house, Irina's in the house, Pac 93's in the house, all kinds of people. I'll get to you. Queen Bee, Solange. What's that?
I got a lot of great emails from people saying that they tell other people about this show and that they've jumped on it, and I love that. And I was like, yes, new people are watching the show. I love that because I really want to get our viewership up, and I'm really trying to get 20,000 people watching Tighten Up Tuesday via IG and on my Frugal Flip. So that's a goal that I'm working on. But now that we, getting ready to move forward into a new year, a new thing, a lot of things I'm revamping on this show. For example, I ran through all of Maya's cards. So now I have new sayings from T. Sherrod. And the first one is healing. So I have a whole bunch of them that I'm going to put up there, very inspirational. And also from Beverly Gomez, she's like our B to the third power. Because, we got the B squared and the Beverly Gomez. She sends me very motivational, inspirational things on IG. So I'm going to be using a mix of those two for our, opening card on the show.
Very nice. I love it.
And I took out the how they hold them down section because nobody ever sends them. So if people just happen to send them and I get one, then I'll read it. But I don't think it's going to be a part of the segment anymore because, people, they don't really want to be transparent about how they really doing shit like me.
Well, if you got a good scam, send it in. Rhoda letting us know that everybody's here. HR's here. Ms. Michelle, Veronica. Man.
Before I get into my CashApp dances and battles and let everybody know who's sending money and still showing love, let's go ahead and bring my girl Tina on.
Hey, Tina. Bring her on.
We got Tina. I got to take this out because I want people to know we got Tina Gibson in the house. And the reason why hey, Tina with your Picasso shirt on, showing love to Keith.
What's up, Tina?
Hey, Chris.
I want people to meet Tina if they didn't. Most Picasso's volunteers and sponsors met her in St. Louis. But I had her come on from a sponsor's point of view, who was actually on site, stayed in the building, participated in everything that we did. And I was like, she would be excellent to be on the show because unlike Josh, who's like a major sponsor and we love him to death, and he definitely shows support for us by continuing to support us, Tina came from a small firm. And I was trying to convey to people that you don't have to be working at a big corporation in terms of trying to get sponsorship. She works at Forvis, who loaded us up. I think over half of the things that were in our Picasso welcome bags came from her accounting firm, a headquarters in Kansas City and a location in St. Louis. And when I say that we had more than like 20 items from Forvis, I just love the fact that they're a small company and we're like, we have all of these things that we can donate. So I wanted people to think in terms of just because you might work at a doctor's office or a law firm, something small, you just never know what people are willing to give. And see, I'm sitting up here right now with this. Look at this. I got this up on my mantle. Isn't this nice? I had to look this up. They spend money on their promotional items. I have to let you know. They gave us a lot of nice stuff. Plus, Tina swooped in with like 300 solo cups. And we used all of them cups up and people was throwing them away. I was washing them out. But I was like, look, we need these cups for our drinks. Everybody was walking around with the red plastic cups. So we was the paper cup crew with the yellow shirts on. Everybody saw us. Either with the green bag or the red solo cup. Thanks to Tina.
So I believe I had I think I had coffee in a Forvis cup today. So there, or Forvis mug, yes.
We got the mugs, the thermals.
Hey, also tuning in, and everybody's excited to see Tina. Among those excited to see Tina, Miguel. Welcome back, Miguel. Hope Miguel's feeling well.
Yes, amen. I hope he is feeling better. He must be back on the show, and it's good to hear from him. So nice. I'm glad that he's recovering and recuperating and back with us. Shout out to NYC in the house. That's what's up. I'm definitely going to have Tina chat with us in her feature segment because I want her to definitely, relay her experiences and just talk about it from a sponsor's point of view because next year I really want more sponsors to hang out with us and be at the meet and greet and stay, at the facility or at least send a representative, that type of thing, make it a staycation. That's our whole goal is to really bring more St. Louis people and the area people. And she came in from Kansas City. So, and Tina's whole purpose was to come down and kick it with the Picassos. She don't be doing DIY shit. She watched the show because she loves the show. She was like, I'm coming to kick it because I'm a Picasso and I want to get away and have a great time. And we had so many people that came to do that. And that's what I want. We had a small amount of vendors, which is fine. But I would say 80% of the people came to just celebrate.
That's awesome.
And just have a good time. So that's why she's going to be talking about that. So with that being said, before I go ahead and do my flash rags, let me go ahead and give a shout out. I got to give a quick shout out to my CashApp people that continuously stay in the battle. Candace Perry is leading. I'm sorry she's beating you, Phyllis. And Verna's still in. Verna and Levette, they still in the mix. So I'm going to give a shout out to them and a dance to them and to Ruth because she just. You all right, Chris? You need Verna to send you some.
I think you got me.
I'm checking because I got to give this dance up to Kathy, Ruth, Antonia, and Tina. Thank you, Tina. My girl sent me another big bag of the Ricola. I told her I'm probably going to need them like every 2-3 months. But if she needs to send them to you, Chris, I can split them up.
Thank you. That's very kind of you.
Well, I got to do an old school. Chris. You ain't ready for it.
Bring it old school.
You ain't do the jamming this time. My boots on like a big James.
Here she comes. If you wanna keep those knees greased and those hips loose, hit up $B-Phlat on the CashApp. She's here for you. She's bringing the entertainment. Look at her go. Oh, I want to look away so bad, but she's just so talented. This is what she does for you all.
8 people in the bus. Oh! A lot of people. Are they going to let things get on the bus? They're going to let things party in the bus.
Oh, man. Everybody's dancing. Missy's shoes wanting the hot spot. The scat cat. All of it. Oh, Joy's having fun. Phyllis, look out world, here she goes. You bet. Lena Love. Quincy wants you to remember he gave you 2 Ricolas when you were here.
He sure did. I needed them. And I told you, I got that amazing information about blowing through a straw and saying happy birthday to get your voice back, and it worked.
Oh, wow.
First, when you were talking to me backstage, I had the straw.
I thought it was a vape.
No, because I got good advice from the Bangers. And they were saying,
Tank and the Bangers. Oh.
And someone else. And now who else I was on the phone? They were like, blow through a straw, sing happy birthday, and it'll help bring your voice back. So I did that from the whole time I was backstage. And I got my voice back, and you could hear me on stage.
That's incredible.
So that's now, and everybody I talk to that I know are in this business and need their voice, I give them that tip. Yes.
Joy wants to know where the plaque is you gave her.
Right here, I'm trying to put it up. And it's funny because I was going to show it next week. Because I noticed they engraved it on the back. And see, I'm putting it on this wall right here.
Very nice.
But the thing is, I don't want to glue it up here, so I'm going to have to take my Dremel. Thank you, Ariel Bell. And when I'm done at Movita's house, and drill some holes in the back so that I can just hang it right here because I run it right over my table. So yes, I'm definitely going to put this up. But like I said, I have it on deck to drill in the back, and I'm going to show it as a project on the show.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so don't think I forgot. See, I know they thought I forgot about them. I don't forget about nobody. You can't catch me off guard, can they, Tina?
Nope.
I stay ready. Thank you. Thank you.
No slipping here.
Thank you. Let me go ahead and show my quick flash rags and tees. And shout out to my soror Adrian, who pledged me, big sister AD. She wore her Picasso shirt to work. She works for Inroads in St. Louis, a big administrator there. She had if Adrian been there so long, she probably president now. And she wore the shirt. She bought it as a volunteer because she came to volunteer, and she wore it to work. So I was like, thank you, and tell the people about the Picassos. And then, of course, I have to give a shout out to my ship who bought her flash rags while we were in St. Louis when John was printing them on the spot. And you can see she's sweating. She's at the gym.
Good
and I see that big muscle in the back. I was like, I see why Christy's sweating. It's a big muscle arm in the back. I saw that muscle popping out. That'll make me sweat. So, yes, shout out to that. And I'm loving that people are getting their flash rags. And like I told Tina, I'm showing her picture next week of her and her granddaughter at the homecoming.
Love it.
Rocking flash.
That rag got a workout last week.
That's what's up. And it's going to get one this week because it's still hot. And we have to thank the Lord
I
for
know.
the weather in October, which is super rare. Super rare. All right, let me move forward and jump into my DYK and the high flash all at the same time. Oh, spray smells so good. Thank you, Carla. All right, this week's DYK.
Today's the day. Today's the day. Today's the day.
It's not, Chris. It's not.
Ah!
Today. It's not today.
Foiled again.
Oh,
101 episodes.
He half white. Y'all get me. Already still told.
Was that a nod to me?
Almost today. That was a nod to you, but not today. Not today, Chris. Sorry. All right. Today's DYK is dedicated to A. Leon Higginbotham, first African-American member of the Federal Trade Commission, appointed in 1962. So I'm going to break that down because a lot of people don't even know what the Federal Trade Commission is about. Real simple. They enforce like the antitrust laws and consumer protections. If we didn't have them, antitrust laws are like to prevent people from having a monopoly, like Apple, so that you can open up, commerce for everybody. So they regulate that. So it's great to have representation in that field so that all markets can have representation. So he was the first black man on the Federal Trade Commission.
Wow.
And also he established the first black law firm here in Philadelphia.
Really? Wow.
Yes, from
That's
Trenton, New
impressive.
Jersey. Went to Yale. Yep, first black law firm in Philadelphia in 1960. So I have to give a shout out to Mr. Half, Chris Denman. He might be in your family. You never know. Look up your lineage. But shout out to he's a judge, Judge Higginbotham. Yes,
That's right.
Actually, and he was the 7th black judge to ever be appointed on a federal bench and serve in the 3rd Circuit Court here in the Eastern District of Pennsylvania. So he's Trenton's hometown native, graduate of Yale, and established. Philly has a lot of deep black history, like firsts and stuff in Philadelphia. I'm learning that a lot of great heritage comes out of the city. Probably because they were on the Underground Railroad and opened up a lot of opportunities for us. So and Chris, I'm telling you, if you find out who the first person that opened up the house and let us in and said, "Oh, keep your shoes on. You ain't got to take your shoes out." Then I can go on and feature that for you. I got you.
I will not be the one who breaks the streak, but I'll just.
I'm going to start looking up something for you and just let everybody know I do have a.
Please don't.
Producer that's going to be working with me to help work on these segments to free up some of my time.
Oh, nice.
So I'll make sure that they'll be looking up like who the first white person that
They won't be official. We'll just, maybe give them a shout or something.
No, they will be official because I'm telling you, for example, these Underground Railroad homes, white people own them. So we know who they are. So they might be the first that, we'll find something out. I'm going to do it in honor of you, Chris.
I'd like to be on record as saying this is a bit. I'm completely kidding. I don't want to break the streak. I don't want to be part of breaking the streak.
And Tina's going to.
I don't want to have anything.
Saying that official.
I have nothing to do with breaking the streak of DYKs.
Nice for the first black person.
And to be clear, I've never complained that there's not a white entertainment
in this
channel.
Country or tried to get free. So those are my 2 criteria. The first person is when we said helped us get free.
Okay.
Other than Abraham Lincoln. Look, Chris, there's somebody other than Abraham Lincoln. So I was going to move on.
Thanks, B.
So this, I'm doing my quick DIY, and then I'm bringing my girl Tina.
Oh, good.
Right.
MM's going to start making "We Shall Overcome" signs and be on my side. Thanks, MM. Oh.
I'm trying to help y'all, Chris. You think I'm playing? I bet you by next week I'm gonna find somebody. I'm gonna find somebody. I am. It's gonna be a white. It's gonna be a white woman that said, "Oh, you don't have to color my hair today. You don't have to make me no wig." It's gonna be somebody that said, "Girl, my grandma told me this." Grandma that said she was the white lady let them have 3 days off. She was a white woman that let slaves have a vacation day. Christmas.
You've killed your guest.
Right. We got the Rico. No,
I needed that. It's been a long week.
I'm dead serious. It is somebody out there, and I'm going to find. All right, let me go on and jump into the room. You ready, Deja? Oh, God. I'm focused. I want everybody
Can I run out that door?
You this door so fly, Chris, you can run through it. I want to see how I focus this segment on this door. I'm going to be showing these segments for like the next 3 weeks, maybe 4, because I've done so much work in this house. I really want everybody to see. But since this is my favorite, and it was my nemesis because I didn't realize how hard it was going to be when I came up with this idea, I want people to see what it's looking like and just where I am. So yes, this is her front door with the screen door open. And I was just like, this is super ugly, dated, so 1960. And I'm popping all that stuff off. I was like, I didn't even know if it could pop off. I just know I was getting it off. So the next photo shows, I think it's a video, showing me filling in those holes and just prepping this door for my design that was in my mind. Yeah, that's me in them holes, and I was like, getting this shit off the door. And then the next photo, I think, shows what it looks like once I did all of that and pulled up the little ugly floor. And this is before all the painting happened. The next photo shows Jan putting the first coat on. This is my underlay before I, once we pull the tape off. I guess I'm jumping the gun because somebody could be watching this for the first time and don't know what the hell I'm doing. So yes, this is an underlay. The door is not brown, but this is the first coat on the door. So the second photo, I probably should have had Jan take some pictures of me taping this off, but we had so much time. We had a rough time cutting the tape in that size and putting it on the door and trying to get the lines as straight as possible because I knew I was going to have to go back through and do touch-ups because paint always drips through the blue tape. This is me peeling the tape off so that you can see the tan coming through the door. So the next photo shows the back side of the door. I've done on front and back, and that's what the floor used to look like. All of this is what it used to look like. So the next photo, or is it a video? Oh, this was my drawing.
NFT.
Yeah, this is the NFT. This was my vision of what I wanted the door to look like. And the next photo actually shows what the door looks like with the floor down and everything. I still haven't put the transition strip between, but there's a photo that I'll be showing that kind of shows you have to look at it close. It'll show the transition strip that I'm going to use. I found a little piece here in my house. So I think the next one is a video. So right now I'm about to spray paint the frame of the screen door, replace the screen, and then start working on the door. So I'll let you see what I did, and I'll let you also know how handy old fitted sheets come in. All right. The next one is a video. I'm doing the best I can, Chris.
You're great.
Yeah. I put when Angie dropped off like 30 sheets, I was like, oh, these are perfect because they fit right over the door with the elastic, the corners. So I could cover up. This is me covering everything so I don't get spray paint everywhere while I'm working on this door. So the next photo shows my nemesis. This was the pain in my ass because her original screen, a lot of people don't know that they can replace their screen. They sell the screen on the roll. If you see in the background, that little cardboard inner core was the roll that this roll of screen came on, was $8. So they come in different lengths, different sizes, different variables of the thickness. For example, like you might want that keep all bugs out. You may want light blocking or a screen for like darkness and light. You may want metal. They come in metal colors, black, gray, plastic, the vinyl, and a lot of people didn't know that. So I'm letting people know you can replace your screen. A Movida screen had the original metal screen in it. I cut myself on it. There's a core, like a piece of like plastic or rubber. It's like a thick rubber that goes around that you actually have to take this tool. I forgot the name of the tool, but it has like a convex and a concave rolling edge that you actually have to roll the screen in and tighten it as you go down. Her shit was so hard to get out because it's the original screen. It took me 2 days trying to get the screen out. because it was the original screen. So once I finally got it out, I did cut myself. I was able to, the roll of, it's like a roll of rubber. It looks like a thick circular core. They come in different sizes based upon your screen. But I've been doing this so long, I can look at it and know what size I need when I go in. Some people take a picture of their screen and then they'll go in because, like I said, they come in different sizes. But it's cheap. And I love to see people replacing a screen because ain't nothing worse than a torn up, raggedy screen. And you don't have to get the whole thing redone.
Yes. I'm curious, can you confirm or deny this? MM has stated he knows a lace front screen when he sees one.
When he sees one. Mark is great. And tell him I did trim the lace off, so it looked like a lace front. But yes, I had to lay that out, pull out the old screen, put the new screen in, spray paint. As you see, I taped off the neighbor's area so I don't be getting paint on their house. The next photo, that's the inside. The next photo shows the outside. It just looks so much nicer. It's just a cleaner look. I still have just 2 things to do on the outside, and I'll be done with this project. But I put on that was a project, putting on the new door latch, making it fit in the holes and that whole process, and making sure it locks and the key work. So I learned something new putting that on. The next photo shows what it looks like done with the latch on. And I'm still touching up where the spray paint kind of got on the door when I did the knobs and the lock. So now I'm just kind of showing how I got it popping over there with the floors. And I've already started working on it. Look at that, Chris.
Wow.
What?
That's
I was
impressive.
over there mopping floors and mopping, glowing, and making it look nice. And you see them blinds I put up are dope.
Yeah, it looks great.
It's looking nice over there. So I want people to kind of see the floors. The next photo shows an angle coming down the steps, so you can see that design. And there, I still have to there's a very small piece of the transition strip on the floor between the wood and the original floor. You probably can't see it because it matches the floor. And I got to touch up the railing where when I pulled the tape off, it took some of the paint. But I just want you to see that. And the last, look at that. And you can see I've already started working in the bathroom, which used to be blue. So that's the first coat of white paint in the bathroom. I'll be over there finishing that up in the hallway tomorrow. And then I can finish the railing. But you see the steps all shiny. I did all that by hand.
Yeah, you can tell. Everybody's giving you a bunch of shout outs in the comments. Abby and MM, they said Baby Ruth Candy, CT Cruz, Missy Shoe, Kiana. Everybody's really appreciating your work.
I'm going to do this quick DIY. I have to show people my OCD, and I'm sure that we all have them, and that's what I'm asking people to submit to me. I'm going to do my little pop-up. If Deja can show my cardboard flower, because people are like, what the hell is that? You made a design out of that? And it's really nothing but trash, but I just wanted people to see my OCD. So I'm going to show you something that I do in terms of staying organized and things that I can't stand. So what you were looking at was this, which is going in the recycling. And it's all the tops off of anything that comes into my house in cardboard. Because I hate opening shit, and I hate when I stick my hand down and the cardboard scrapes. This is my OCD. I hate when it scrapes my arm. Just like I don't like digging in the ice cream bucket and the sticky shit might get on your wrist. I'll be like, ah! I can't eat it. Doesn't let me, I'll throw it away. So now I'm tossing this in the recycling. So this drives Dennis crazy because he hates when I do this, but I take the tops off of everything. The straws, the soap. I like doing the soap like this because when I put them in the drawers, it makes the drawers smell good. Even our little alcohol pads. You see, I don't play around. The boxes. So here's the other thing that I do that he hates, but I don't care. For example, we're getting low on pancake mix. So we have the Kodak, the chocolate kind, and then we have
what kind?
It's Kodiak. I'm sorry. It's from like Trader Joe's. We get it free from Yan because they don't eat that kind of organic stuff. So what I do is when they get low, I just mix them together. So I put these 2 pancake mixes together and put them in one box and throw the other box away. And then that's how I just do stuff. Even with the taco shells, I don't like the lids on top of stuff, so I tear them off And now these can go in the recycling. And I am one of those people that breaks stuff down. It takes up less space in your recycling. Be conscious. My neighbors, they just put their boxes out. They don't care about how much hard work the recycling people have to do. They just sit shit out. They don't try to break stuff down and take up the whole damn sidewalk. And it drives me crazy. It's like, break your fucking boxes down. So I just break stuff down.
You should see the dumpsters in St. Louis alleys. Like, it is a war zone. It is a war zone. With
cardboard boxes.
Oh, I mean, take your pick. Furniture, cardboard boxes, but yeah, the cardboard boxes are so rude.
I think that's so rude to just throw your boxes out there and not break them down. That's just me. I don't know. I guess I'm conscious of stuff like that. But yes, that's one of the things that I do that is like an OCD thing. And the other thing I do is I always wipe up the kitchen floor in front of the stove every night. Because I feel like it's always crumbs or something down there. But Dennis hates that I use the dish rag. He's like, why are you wiping up the floor with the one we wash the dishes with? And I'm like, it's in bleach water. It's all getting clean to me. But it's an OCD thing. So here's the poll. Should I get a different cloth to wipe up the floor and have one to wipe the floor and one to wash the dishes? Or, yeah, thank you. When I'm wiping down the stove and the counter, the last thing I do is wipe up crumbs in front of the stove on the floor. And then I put it in the dishwater and wring it out good and rinse it out and then lay it out to dry. But I use that same dish rag the next day and I'll be washing dishes and do it all over again with bleach in the water. Wash dishes, wipe down the counters, and then wipe the floor. But I figure the floor is already clean since I already wiped it.
All right, we got a poll
in
the live chat. Should be invest in a crumb rag? Clearly, or no, let them mingle.
Hey, they've been mingling. Maybe is that why I'm sick? Is that why I'm sick, Tina? Is that why I got ill? Transferring germs.
Hey, get some other flash rags.
Lord, let me. That's hilarious, but yeah, that drives Dennis crazy because he believes that I should have. So Dennis got like 5 different washcloths, and I got one.
I use something totally different to do that. I will wash the dishes, the stove, the countertops, and all that, but the floor, that'd be a different towel. I'm sorry.
All right, well,
I'll just be done with it.
Call me clean nasty then.
Joy's gonna start a CashApp for new rags. Dira's Way wants to know what. Dira's Way says, "What does crumb rag mean? Whatever you want it to." Phyllis is very upset with you. Needs you to get a different rag, B. So yeah,
thank you. A different rag for the floor, B. I'm sorry. Different rag.
I tell you,
no problem. The floor has to be a different rag.
It'd be the last thing I do, and that's why I just wring it out in the dishwater.
Then it needs to go in the washing machine. It don't need to go in the dishwasher again.
I don't know, honey. I lay it right out to dry. And
we can totally.
Once we hit the floor, it has to be washed.
We could
not just washed in the beach water. It needs to be washed.
We could totally set up a link on your online store through Buy Jack to sell crumb rags.
Oh God.
Okay, I guess y'all all agree with Dennis. I guess I'm gonna have to get a different rag.
It's not looking good, but we're gonna let the poll breathe for a second.
Get a Swiffer.
I got a Swiffer. I use that for the whole floor. This is just to get
it spot clean too. That's what makes it useful.
No, that don't do shit but slide shit around. When I wipe stuff up, I know I'm gripping it up.
Look at what is tucked in
I have a
cheek?
steam mop, so when I use it, I just steam the whole kitchen. So
who's that? What's tucked in my cheek? A Ricola. I'm on that. Oh Lord. All right, I'm moving on.
It's been a rough week. I needed this.
I'm just increasing my line.
Okay, wait. real quick. This is what I was waiting for because I almost said I almost said B. This sounds like some kind of dirty rumor that would get placed onto white people on Twitter. Monica LeGrand. My kids had some white friends come over and they washed my dishes and went straight to cleaning my floor with the dish rag. Number one, isolated case. Isolated case. Okay? I don't know where these whites came from, but here.
I so got it. But Chris, I knew there'd be somebody that agreed with me. Thank you, white kids.
Why did no. Monica's trying to throw an entire group of people. I was waiting on it, and next she's gonna tell me I don't wash my legs, and I don't appreciate it.
Girl, my grandmother would have a heart attack on that one.
Look, at least I know I ain't the only one doing it. So there you have it.
Girl, you know, when we wash the dishes, we had to do that floor was the last thing you did, and you better have that mop to do it with. You better not be pulling the rag up.
The misconception is y'all act like I'm down wiping up. If it's some crumbs in front of the stove, I'm grabbing them. I am not going to be like, let me mop the whole floor. I'm just wiping up. I just do it just in case.
Just a broom to do that.
The broom ain't getting up the crumbs. I don't want it to be sticky. It could be anything over there. I just don't like that. It's just one thing I do. Just to okay, I'm lying. I forgot. I do it in front of the stove and the refrigerator because then it's always say I'm dripping shit, and I do in front of the. So I do be sticking stuff in front of the refrigerator. So I do take and I wipe right in front of the refrigerator and right in front where it might be something. Sometimes it might not be nothing. I might not even walk that close to the area, so it can't be that dirty. My point is, I'm clean nasty. Damn it.
Veronica has the most sensible statement I've seen. Why don't you get a paper towel?
That's wasting paper towel.
Oh no, it's not.
Nice towel wipe. I use a Lysol wipe for those spot cleans. I grab a Lysol wipe it down real quick, it cleans it, and sterilize it. I'm through with it. That one little area. I do not use my dish towel.
I do that sometimes when I have the wipes out. I'll wipe the area with the wipe. But if I got the dish towel in my hand, I'm guaranteed I'm gonna wipe the floor.
No, dish towel.
I'm sorry.
My grandmother would
died from cleaning off none of my dishes over here. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have brought it up.
My grandmother would have a heart attack, and she would hurt you for that. Her dish towel will not hit that floor.
Well, your grandmother had to come over here and walk on my floors.
She'll talk about you. She'll talk about me.
Nobody had to come over here and be on my floors. It'd just be me on my floors and a little bit of grunt.
All right, here's your poll. Here's your poll results, B.
Oh God, that's funny though. I needed that last week. It's been a long week. Thank you. I needed that.
All right, B. Should B here's our question: should B invest in a crumb rag? Almost making the cut at 7%. Nada, let them mingle. But bring it. This doesn't add up, YouTube. But 93. It says 92%. 92% voted clearly. So you've been outvoted by your own people.
Yeah, I need to get another rag. So I might think about a paper towel. Like if I'm wiping down something, then I'll wipe up the floor and then throw the paper towel away. But I've been doing this for 20 years. So it might be a hard habit to break. I go, but I'm gonna do what I can.
Just put a thing of Lysol wipes on the counter, or even when you make your own with the paper towels, you do your own bleach wipes. Do the same thing. You have paper towels with bleach wipe on it. Wipe it down. Don't use your dish towel. Did I use your dish towel?
I'm using wipe. I'm wiping everything down. That's so I can get my use out of it, and then I'll wipe up the floor.
I'll do you one better that you all in the comments were expecting from me. I can tell neither one of you have dogs. That's who cleans up. That you'll never have a crumb.
I have midgets. I have kids. I don't need dogs.
You'll never have to clean your floors. They keep the crumbs off them.
No, I have kids that put everything down, so I'm used to just grabbing stuff, wiping it. I keep Lysol on the counter for that reason.
I always cleaned up Sherri Shepherd's floors because Lexi would lick up everything on the floor, and then the dog lick Mark be everywhere.
That's a small horse. That's not a dog.
But I'm just saying. So I would always be cleaning Sherri's floors. And I think I probably did wipe her floor up with a dish towel over at her house too. I know me.
Embroidered on the bottom, it said "The View." Oh,
I ain't gonna lie. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be there. They know always cleaning up. How I clean is a whole nother story. But all you need to know is that I do it. So with that being said, Tina, you got a chance to be around me for 4 days with my OCD and keeping things in order. In St. Louis. Whenever you can get your composure, I definitely want you to chat with our people.
Sure.
Well, you know what? I wanted to know your perspective in terms of how you saw things run, or just your feel from being there daily, coming in for breakfast, or
would you two ladies like to enjoy this together?
Yes, Chris, because I think you're going to go try to find you a cough drop or a mighty kind, one or the other. I wanted to know your perspective from like the things that you saw in the bags or that you received, just from a sponsor's point of view. Because you were the only spot. Carla was a sponsor also. They hung with us every day, but she didn't stay in the hotel. So it's a different perspective being on site and seeing what's happening. And I don't know what your perspective is. Like, would you have wanted to see more sponsors participate? You may not even got a chance to meet other sponsors, or you see what I'm saying? I don't know your perspective, because I could say
I met a few of them, but that's because a few of them was also vendors. So I met the vendors when we was out.
Okay.
Like, I never met Josh, but I did go to his tent when we was out walking around and stuff at the festival. Okay. But I don't think I met him until I actually saw him on your thing. I may not even know who he was, but I did go to Mighty Kind's tent while we was out walking around the festival. But I just had a good time with them. I got to know a lot of them. I got to know Angel and the T-shirts and, Cicely. I think I sent Cicely some cardboard. I think I sent her some wires that she wasn't expecting. So I don't know what she'll do with those. But because when I do reports, I use this thin wire. And normally I send them to Stone Lion, but I said, well, maybe she can use those with her kids because they can wrap them and they can use them for different stuff. She does recycle things for her art for her kids. So that's one of the reasons I did that. But I should have warned her about that though. But I just sent her a bunch of stuff from the corporate I was telling you about. I sent that to Cicely, and I sent her the wires to see if she can make use for them. But I had fun meeting people. I just had fun being with grown-ups and no children.
Hilarious. That's great comedic timing. Back. That is great comedic timing.
Great. But here, remote, go to my room. Here. Remote, go to my room. Go to sister's room. Right. But yeah, I just had a good time dealing with meeting everybody, dealing with grown-ups, no kids. Because like I said before, I have little ones who runs around. So it just felt good to be with adults and just have adult fun. Even though I miss Angela Winbush because I tried because I went back to the hotel.
Okay.
I was going to rest before her show, and I took some pain pills for my knee, but also I forgot I took half of a half. And next thing I knew, my granddaughter was calling me at 1:00 in the morning.
Oh.
So yeah, her stuff is good. And I'm one person, I don't take anything. I don't use anything. So yeah, it hit me hard, I guess. Because that on top of the arthritis pain pills and stuff, I went to sleep. I knew nothing until my granddaughter called and told me. I'm like, I missed the whole concert. But the other nights I had a great time. I had a great time going to the karaoke. It was just fun. I mean, you did a good job having other stuff for us to do as adults.
And that's what I wanted. And see, I wanted people, and I love the fact that people didn't feel obligated. I didn't want people to be like, I didn't never hit nobody up like, why you wasn't on the party bus? Or why you didn't? Right. I wanted people to have options. And if you wanted to go, and that's exactly why we had Miss Melba calling us 11:30 talking about we left them. Look.
Honey, I couldn't keep up with Miss Melba now. Her husband was whoa. Can they be there when she wrote?
I told her she can't come next year. I said, y'all wore us out. You know, we was always waiting on them to end and get on the. I was like, y'all wore us out. She talking about y'all can't hang. Sunday morning, she talking about y'all just can't hang with us. And I was like,
I admit to it. I cannot hang with them. They
did
was
not
one.
Them 80-year-olds to wear us out. They wore us out.
Like, I couldn't.
And
at first I feel guilty. I was like, how can they 80 and I'm like 30? What the? I'm only 57.
I went to them twice. I said, we are on the bus. We're ready to go, Miss Melba. They was the last ones dancing Friday.
I had to run back to the hotel. I had already went back. I got on the shuttle bus with the shuttle van with the person doing the lemonade. I had already went back to the hotel. They were still going strong. I was exhausted.
That let me know right then and there, even in that age group, that our Picasso's, it's all about the camaraderie. It's no age limit. Mm-hmm. My niece was kicking it and she 30. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Love that we had a whole range, even with Darius and his nephews and uncles and just people hanging out with us there to just enjoy music and have a good
it was a good night. It was great. The festival was great. The music was for everybody. You had something for everybody. And I will be back next year. But, it was just like, it felt good.
Is it anything that you would like to see us do different or tweak or could do better or have more of, less of? Any? Well, I'm sure you'll give us feedback from the meeting, but
I think it would have been better. Like, I think originally we said we was going to have bands for the festival itself. If we had the bands, so we don't have to keep up with the tickets. Because that itself, and I know Chris can control that. He has no control over any of that. But just if we had the bands in advance, so we just go ahead and band, we can just do what we need to do and don't have to keep up with tickets and stuff like that. Because they already know we paid for them, so we just need to. That was just made life a lot easier.
That was like a miscommunication, and then they ran out of bands and the things that we need. But all that will work. It's a lot of little things that'll get tweaked. We'll see.
And I wish St. Louis had the scooters we have here in Kansas City. Because walking back to that hotel, going all the way around all them blocks, my knees was like, what the heck?
Here's the other thing that's interesting, and I didn't even run this by Chris yet, but one of the sponsors said he would want to sponsor go-karts for us. And if we could rent them and headsets, like the walkie-talkie.
That would be good.
He said he would sponsor that. And I was like, I don't even know.
That would be great.
Did you just suggest that a group of wild-ass women get go-karts to drive through?
Hey, we weren't drunk till late on in tonight. We were okay.
I didn't say drunk. I said wild ass.
We were sober, so we was good. We'd be safe to drive go-karts during the daytime.
Not for a crowd of people. No.
Not us driving them.
Not a chance.
He said he would pay for that. We had a couple people that want to sponsor different areas. One to sponsor the hospitality suite, for it to be for people to crash. For example, like when people got in early and their rooms weren't ready and everybody had to come there and kind of chill out, lay around and get ready. Let it be just for that. Because I'm going to have my own room next year. But we'll still have that suite for that.
I think you could come up with...
Huh?
Because I would have came in at Thursday night and just crashed instead of... I just couldn't afford that extra day. So
and that's
Friday to Monday and I could come in Thursday.
They ended up crashing in my room. And then when people's rooms weren't ready on Friday, they got in early. A lot of people drove. Some rooms weren't ready. So they crashed in my room. And there were people that took naps throughout the festival that needed it. And I was like, what? This would be great for that for next year. Because there was a couple of people
I did kind of time me leaving Kansas City so that I would get there at least by 3. Because normally they'll let you check in an hour early at least. But so I did my whole time and thing, took my time coming in for that reason. So I didn't have to wait around and all that. Because I had to unload the car and bring everything up to your suite anyway. Once I got it, once I got enrolled and, checked in and everything. So
I think I
would definitely be driving again because I enjoy the fact that I can just load my car up and everything. I have everything. I don't have to deal with the airlines. I don't have to deal. Plus, interstate is expensive. I'd rather go out of the country than do interstate. Airlines are crazy.
They are crazy. It is. That's true because they're always running specials to go out of the country. But
it's cheaper to go out of the country than it is for me to go from Kansas City to St. Louis by air. And then I would have had to, even though the whole time my car was parked, I didn't have to drive nowhere. I didn't have to go buy no food.
And
I
see,
mean,
and that's what I wanted.
everything was cool.
And that's what I wanted. That was my vision. That once you got there, you ain't got to do nothing. You ain't got to pay for no food, unless you just want. You don't have to drive anywhere, everywhere.
I brought stuff in with me, but no.
I wanted
They had a
everything.
microwave there. They had air. They had ice. They had everything we needed.
Yes.
Thank you, baby.
Yeah, so I also want to look into the cart. So, like, if we have to pay for them, the person that they will pay for them, but we're not driving.
Yeah.
So that's something that we'd have to talk to Chris about, that they provided that. And then
that was the only thing. That walking back to the hotel, if you need to go back to the hotel, that was a long walk.
We have a lot of older people, a lot of hip replacements that needed that service. And thank God Chris provided that. But that person said that they would pay for that and rent us to have communications on us for like walkie-talkies and stuff.
That would be really great. And I like to, and I love to think Irene, because Irene did walk back to the hotel a couple of times. Her and Quincy, because I was like, okay, which way am I going? Because somehow my direction was not working, and she was like, "Oh, we doing." Just tell me where I'm going. But she would actually walk me all the way back to the hotel. Instead of just telling me where to go, she would actually take me there, and we talked the whole time and made it quicker than if you was walking by yourself and going through the people going the opposite direction and stuff. So that was great. And I loved Irina and Quincy and Mark. They were a hoot. I loved them all. I had a ball with everybody. It's like I met people for the first time and feel like I'd known them for years. And I think that's what Picasso's about. It's just like
that's what it's about. And I love that people shared rooms that didn't even know each other to cut down on costs. So I'm getting that feedback because a lot of people are connected. They were like, I'm looking for a roommate. And I was like, oh, I think this person might be perfect for you. And it worked out.
I didn't think of that because I had a queen bedroom to begin with 2 queen beds. And I went down to a king bed when I went on the Picasso. So before I did it through booking. I didn't do it up on the. I did it when you first mentioned it. I went ahead and booked my room. And then I went to the Picasso's.
I remember because I was like, who is Tina trying to get a room before we get a room? Brands ain't on the committee.
Yeah, because I originally had booked booking.com and I had the queen bed because my cousin was planning on coming, but then when her brother passed, it was like, no, because you got to deal with your mother. You can't leave because her mother's almost 90. You can't leave her because that was her baby boy. And he was actually a couple of weeks younger than me. You know, we're almost the exact same age. And the fact that he just had a heart attack just threw me for a loop. I'm like, no, I need to go have fun. I need to do something besides just sit in this house and play with children. I love my granddaughter.
I am so glad that you came out and helped. I'm so glad that you helped carry stuff back Sunday night.
It's no problem. This is Marley.
Hi, Marley. I have a name, Marley.
I was told. She's the one of the picture I sent you with the flash rig, my black flash rig to me almost 3 months behind again.
And you know, remember I asked you her name because I wasn't sure.
Yeah, Marley with an I.
Underage. Okay.
Yeah, she's Marley with an I. Yeah, Marli. Marley Rose Lee.
Hey, Mama.
Yeah, that was her mama. And it's time for you to get ready to go to bed, so you need to go hit the bath.
Hey, my boo.
Bye bye.
Yeah.
I love you. Bye bye.
Hey, my boo.
Come on, put you in the shower. Come on, put you in the shower.
They're so cute. They definitely keep you young. They definitely keep you.
Is that what they do? Because they wear me out.
They do. If you put the energy into them, they keep you youthful because they keep.
Yeah, they do. Because you got to keep up with them, and now.
Yeah, you have to keep up with them. So, well, I know you won't be bringing them next year. That'll be your getaway.
They're my escape. This is the reason why I'm coming, to get away to be with adults. I don't have to mention kids.
You know that Picasso's are open to sharing rooms to help cut down on expenses. Because most of the committee members were there for 4 days. So it was like they shared rooms so that it could pay for 2 days.
I'll be open for that.
Yeah.
I will be open for that. So we'll do that.
It was no drama. Everything just was smooth sailing, even with people roommating and, you know, it was just a wonderful experience. And I'm glad to hear it.
It really was. And like I said, like I told you earlier, I'm saying I became an accidental sponsor because I was just, when you put a call out for stuff for the swag bag, I just went to my recruiting girl and I went to our marketing department and said, y'all have anything in your closet y'all want to get rid of? and they gave me a bunch of stuff. Because, like I said, Forbes, we only been Forbes for 1 year. So everything is new and branded. I know we couldn't put out anything BKD because we've been BKD for almost 100 years. So we said a small accounting firm. We've been around for a long time.
But I love that y'all did that. You just went and asked.
So they gave me quite a few things. They said, yeah, here you go. You know, they cleaned out their closets and they made room for new stuff to come in. And one of the things was with BKD going into partnership with DHG is that we're number 10, one of the number 10 accounting firms in the country.
Wow.
Okay.
We're also international. We was already international, but we're also international with them because we're on the East, Midwest and all that. When they're over on North Carolina side, well, we didn't have any. It was an equal partnership. So with us coming in together, it was an equal partnership. So it wasn't like we bought them out, they bought us out. So that's how we became Forbes. But both companies had to change their names. And so now we're part of the top 10 accounting firms in the country.
And ain't nobody lose their job. They wasn't downsized and all that. Was a great.
They lost their jobs. As BKD, they've always cared about the employees because during COVID, my job is 100% in-house. Well, with COVID, I couldn't be in-house. We made it work. Our receptionist was 100% in-house. They figured out a way for her to be able to answer those phones from her house with COVID. So none of us lost our jobs.
Amen.
And they still gave us raises. I was shocked when they gave us raises that October, because March everybody went home. October is when we have our normal raises time. And I said, look, I was just happy to still have a job, be honest with you. I just got laid off. After being somewhere 16 years, I got laid off. So I'd only been there for a few years. So it was like, what's going to happen?
Right.
And we figured out a way to make it work. Whether I was meeting the accounting lady at the Burger King parking lot to hand her off the check so she could make deposits, whether I was scanning everybody they mail from my dining room table while I had a preteen in front of me doing her schoolwork virtually and 2 kids doing their work virtually. We was all in this house. So that's why I was like, whoo, I need adult time. COVID, we need adult time. So I loved going to the intersection. It sounded great when I saw the lineup. I was like, yes, I want to go. I want to go enjoy the music. I want to go enjoy the festival. Because I love a good festival. Kansas City has festivals all the time. We have all kinds of festivals. But it's not the same when you're right here at home.
Right.
Because then it's like, okay, well, but I don't want to take the kids with me. Or I don't want to do this. You want to go away. Sometimes you just need to go a staycation. You just need to go away.
That's the thing that I was able to
sell. It's close enough that I can do that.
Yeah, I was able to sell a lot of staycation packages to people in St. Louis so they could see a different side of St. Louis. Because a lot of people didn't know this hotel was here. We didn't even know about this festival. So now it's kind of like, oh, this is going to be my annual thing. So that they can have a staycation. And that's what I really want more St. Louis people to be involved with it.
When I mentioned it, they was like that. They was like, I said, well, it's a 3rd annual, so it's just going to be the 3rd year they did it to me. They're going to do it again next year. And it's like, really? What is it? Who's there? I said, well, look at it. There's over 50-some bands. They cover everything. It's not just jazz. It's not just hip-hop. It's not just country. It's not just... And most festivals are concentrated in one area. And that's what I loved about it. It covered everything. You like blues, you like jazz, you like hip hop, you like rock, you like whatever. You had something for everybody to enjoy. And that's what I loved. Because I'm a country kid. I love all kinds of music. So I love the fact that I can listen to anything.
The age range and just the genre, everybody was down there. From 20 to
you had everything. You had little kids to the 90-year-olds. They was kicking it. And I was like, not bad. And I will be back next year because I want to enjoy myself. So we'll figure out a way to do sponsorship and everything else.
I'm glad that you're enthused about it because, like you said, you never know who's listening, who's watching, who's watching right now, who will reach out to their employer and say, you know what, I want to represent my state or my city. We got something here we can throw in the swag bags. I'm going next year because we did have great representation from all the states in terms of the people that came in, something in the bag. From Arkansas.
Because A lot of stuff in the bag. I didn't even know how much that stuff cost. You asked me for a price list, and I had to actually go to our website where they order it and find out. Woo! They paid that for those. They gave us all those cups when we first switched over, and I'm like, whoa! It's like stuff we didn't know. We just appreciated it, but we didn't know.
Y'all gave a lot of high stuff out. I was like, okay, yeah, they're definitely a sponsor, so I'm so appreciative.
Yeah, that's just threw me for a loop.
Yeah,
but I got the coffee mug though, because I wanted one of those, and I didn't have one of those.
Well, I got me one. I got one. Well, I want to thank you, Tina, so much for coming on. I don't know if Chris wants to jump back on and see if we had any comments. Anybody want to ask you anything? You don't have to jump off the damn speaker light. I want to, because I want to definitely do a quick Irks in the Work, Ask Strategist, show my flyers, and we'll be done. But I didn't know if we had any comments or anything before I do a Cash App dance.
There was there something else you wanted to show, B? What was it, Deja?
Oh, I did want to show the article real quick.
Yeah, we're going to the article.
You can see that we had a nice write-up in the St. Louis. It's actually 4 pages when I printed it out, but I'm just showing the first page that was in the St. Louis American about they interviewed Quincy, Makisha, and Chris and Mark for this article. So if you can look it up online, St. Louis American, and put that in. Fans of St. Louis Comedienne B-Flat.
Oh, that's great.
Where you got that picture from, my old school Def Jam. But yeah, they did a really nice article. So I want that stuff that I put that into our summary. Because, sponsors like to see what type of coverage we're getting and marketing and just, how
the festival itself was in Source twice in the last week.
Oh, I'm grabbing that too. So that they
all over.
Over. All good coverage. I already printed out the Post-Dispatch article. So I just want them to see what we're doing. So like when we give our summary, our report to Forvis, they might be like, oh, well, next year we'll give them a check. You just never know. Got to get it in early. So, Chris, did we have any comments or anything?
All kinds of comments. Everybody's having a good time. And if you got an Ask Chris Deasy, drop them in the live chat. You can do that. But MM is advocating, says Abby, come to St. Louis next year for sure. Sounds like you need to catch a breather. Ms. Taylor was commenting earlier. We got Irina. I can't wait till next year. I'm coming for a whole week. Get ready, MM.
Oh, no. We come for the whole week.
I can do a long weekend. I can't do that week.
That's gonna be a lot. Irina gonna drive me crazy for a whole week. I know I'm coming for 4 days. I can't do a week. But see, Irina loves to get out. She gonna be kicking it with Mark. I can see her coming in a whole week. She got her own agenda. So I can see her, and she gonna be up at the studio driving Chris crazy at least 5 of them days.
Hilarious.
Irina she love her some Chris.
You know what? I think she just drank a little bit and had made a poor choice. She didn't love Chris. She loves the Picassos.
Well, let me do a quick Irks and Works. Oh, show my photo. Please, Deja. This is what the hell I'm irked about. This is the shit I got to deal with. Tony putting out cupcakes for the cats to eat. I ain't even know.
For the cats to eat?
Yes, and I walked to the corner, so I said, hell no, I got to take a picture of this. I'm
First of all, that's not. You know what eats that? It rhymes with cats, and it starts with an R. Rats is what you get when you do that.
I swept it up, put it in the trash, because I was like, he makes me sick. Don't no cats want no damn birthday cake. They not celebrating. I was like, why is he putting a cake out here for these cats? He makes me. So that was my irk. So my work was, I walked right back to my porch, got my thing, and swept that shit up and put it in his trash can. Sure did. Dumped it right in there so he could see it. Don't we put no damn cake out for the cats to eat? I get tired of sleeping.
Garfield is not a real cat. He's not there to eat your lasagna and your cupcakes. All right.
I'm gonna take a picture of it. I ain't even know cat food. I ain't know cats like Polish sausage cut up in the cat food. So we got a damn pan out there with cat food in it and cut up pieces of Polish sausage. Kielbasa, or whatever people may call them.
All right.
Okay, I know dogs do. I never knew cats did.
No, this is for the cats. It's for the stray cats. But look, these cats around here, they eat greens.
They'll eat what they need to eat if they're hungry.
They eat what they need to eat. And that's the Ask Chris Deasy.
Oh, that's gonna be funny, Chris.
You don't have a. I thought the Ask Chris Deasy asked me if I went and saw who'd I see this weekend? Stephanie Mills. That's right.
What's your favorite Stephanie Mills song?
The one from The Wiz.
Okay, you know what? Because she saw The Wiz on Broadway, you didn't see Stephanie Mills. That was Diana Ross.
Diana Ross she took her spot. Stephanie Mills was the first.
I know.
First on Broadway.
Diana Ross was good, but I'd rather have Stephanie Mills.
She was she started when she was 17 on Broadway. I just saw a bio thing on that. What was that?
What's your favorite cameo song?
Feels Good.
What song is that?
Wait, which was that?
Cameo.
Yeah.
Cameo.
Feels good.
How's that go?
I don't know about no Feels Good.
I don't either.
He's talking about Feels So Good in the hook.
Yeah, that one. Word Up. That's always a good one.
Word Up.
Yeah.
Word Up.
That's funny.
What do you?
Funny. It's good.
Why do you have to put one back?
Yeah, that's there in the hook.
Put one back.
High pitch falsetto.
Yeah.
That's stutter.
Okay. All right, Chris, you got it. You got it.
Joy Harrison said that's Tony.
No, not in that hook part.
No, that. No, she's right.
Look. Do you have a favorite Angela Winbush song? Square wants to know these questions. She wants to know: do you have a favorite?
No. I've listened to Cameo. I would never in my life sit around and listen to Angela Winbush. I appreciate her, and she's talented. But I mean, unless I was out with an older woman who required some Angela Winbush, I don't think.
I'm with you on that because I don't even know no Angela Winbush songs.
She's an incredible singer and an even better songwriter. She's written a bunch of great songs. But no, you won't catch me sitting around softly looking out the window.
Why do I suddenly feel very old? Thank you, guys.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm old, but I never listened to that type of. I wasn't a big R&B. Like, first of all, that was grown folk music, and I was a young girl. My mom wouldn't let me listen to that kind of stuff, like Phyllis Hyman and Angela Winbush, grown women music. I wasn't going through nothing that I need to be listening to about some Your Smile and all of that stuff. I was in like 8th grade. Exactly. So times are different now. Music's different. They listen to anything and all things and say it all.
Well, the mystery is gone now because when we was growing up, I was grown when I realized what cruising was about. I was grown when all those old songs we used to dance to. Have you listened to the words for Smokey Robinson and Cruising?
Well, that's Dennis' favorite song. I thought he was just talking about, baby, let's cruise and go riding in the car.
Yeah, I love it when we're cruising together. Cruising is made for love. Hello? Exactly. I was grown when I found out what cruising was about.
I'm going to have to ask Dennis, is that about sex? So that's what you're implying.
It's about cruising in the back of a car, baby. It's about sex. But as a kid, we didn't know that.
Did you know that, Chris?
I assumed it was.
He's a whippersnapper too. He don't know that.
No, I know the song, but I think maybe
listen to the lyrics. Smokey was always about sex. Smokey, but until Marvin Gaye came out with Sexual Healing, we didn't know that.
And we couldn't
definitely put sex in the title.
We couldn't hear that. We couldn't listen to that song.
Right, but until because he put sex in the title. If it weren't for that, we wouldn't know what that was about. But all the songs back in the day was about some form of relationship. But as kids, we just like the music. As an adult, we listen to the words again and realize, wait a minute. But the kids today don't have that. Their stuff is in their face.
It's in
their stuff is just there. And we have to explain stuff to them. Which is why I listen to country music when I'm driving the car, because I don't want to have to explain stuff to a 6-year-old.
Oh no! Now some of this country songs is crazy. One of my favorite songs is
But the country songs is still hidden in the titles. The music is there.
Yeah.
My granddaughter's favorite, one of her favorite songs was what was she called it? Redneck. That's her. I want to hear this redneck. Okay, well here you go. But yeah, as an adult we know what they're talking about, but as a kid they didn't, and that's why I like the innocence.
Okay.
And today the kids don't have that innocence.
None of that left anymore.
No,
but I got it.
They're talking about what? I'm like, what? What the hell? No, we don't need the 6-year-olds shouldn't be listening to no WAP.
And that is why I'm so glad I don't have no kids and no grandkids. And when they start acting crazy,
it's okay, Chris.
You know what I say?
I'm off my soapbox, Chris. It's okay. I'm off on my soapbox. That's
hilarious. No, it's hilarious. Every generation has that, and they always will, for sure.
And every generation got an auntie that say shit like me. Don't ask me, ask your mama. I say it all the time.
Hey, I was a generation. You ask me the question, I'm gonna tell you the answer. Don't ask me the question if you don't want to know the answer.
Oh no, I'm not that because I ain't got no kids, and they don't want to hear my answer. I ain't got to live with them. They got to live with me. Ask me the question, I'm gonna tell you the answer. So when they be like, "I'm bad," what is you smoking? Don't ask me. Ask your mama. Don't worry about what I'm doing because you don't live over here. You live with your mama. She got to explain to you. This is what I do. Don't worry about it. So let me go and show my flyers, Chris, and we're going to get on out of here because I'm dancing on out. I'm dancing out for Rhoda and Candace and Irina and Devin and Mark.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Wow. If you are in the
Brooklyn,
where? Oh, this is in Brooklyn?
Yes, in New York next Saturday.
Okay, there it is in Bedford Avenue. That's right. Breast Cancer Awareness Comedy Show, Saturday, October 14th. Shows at 4 p.m. DJ K Swift on the ones and twos. Brooklyn, Tequila and Tacos. You can hit them up. They'll be there. $30 to get in. You can Cash App. That's info's there. Zelle also there. Mike Troy, Mike Check. That's right. And it's backed by popular demand, B-Phlat. The show will sell out, and that's true. Make sure you go see B-Phlat if you're in Brooklyn.
And I love this place, and I'm happy to be backed by popular demand. So, yes.
Oh, can I read this one?
Yes. November 4th, I'm in Rochester, New York.
Well,
ain't no snow.
It's Talent's Comedy Takeover. And you know who's going to be there? Top Flight, Char B, B-Phlat. Friday, November 3rd, 2 shows. Doors open at 6:30, showtime 7:30, 9:30. Special pop-up. Oh, that's nice. Quincy of 11 Wings and Cuisines. Food available. Urban Euphoria. That's right, 35 South Washington Street, Rochester, New York. Tickets available at the itsjustcomedyclub.com. Phone number down there at the bottom if you have any questions as well. That'll be 2 great shows. Love it, B.
2 great short shows. I'm glad I have to do a lot of time. 15 minutes. I'm getting it popping in November.
And this one's one of my faves.
Thursday.
Big Mama and Friends presents Laughs for Your Soul. That's right, Black Friday comedy show. Who's hosting it, you ask? Who's hosting it? Who's hosting it? Big Mama, featuring Gina D, co-headliner Gerald Kelly, and your headliner B-Phlat. Guess who's got the music? DJ all day. They've got vendors, food. You can get early bird tickets. Get those. That ends October 15th. There's a hotel available. You can do the room discount. Call the number down there at the bottom, and then what's that be?
I'm staying at the hotel because I plan on having a great time.
And La. I bet it's Delta Hotels. You can hit that up by Marriott.
I like the Delta Hotel. That's why I'm staying there because they new and they're nice. And I'm a Delta. Say it again.
I was with some Deltas all weekend, so there you have it.
Sure.
Make it happen. Look at that. Northeast people. Go see B-Phlat.
And last but not least, I'm throwing this out there because the Soul Train people drive me crazy. I'm putting this on my homepage. There's a waiting list for this. I don't understand how they have a waiting list to get on a cruise because you still have to get a flight. So when they open it up and say you can come, when will that be? Will it be at the last minute? And how will you know you can get a flight at the last minute? But I'm going to be on the Soul Train cruise for 8 days.
Wow.
And they're telling me to let people know to join the waiting list. So I'm trying to figure that out because when are they going to release it? And would it be like 3 weeks before and then you got to get your flight to Fort Lauderdale to get on the cruise?
My My close personal friend, Stephanie Mills, on the bill.
That's why I threw that up there, Chris, so you can see that down there in the corner, and I'm be kicking it with your girl, Stephanie Mills. It's so many people going to be on this cruise. I have 3 shows to do in the 8 days, which is going to be fun. An hour apiece. We have to do an hour. I can do an hour. It didn't bother me. So that's going to be, it's not a challenge for me, Chris, because I got 3 different shows for 3 hours. I can talk shit forever, and we'll have a great time doing it. So I'm looking forward to this, but I don't even know if there's going to be anybody who can get on it. I would love for some Picassos to get on it. I just don't know. I got to find out, because I want to be able to say by next week how they're going to open up this wait list. Because you do have to allow for people to get a flight, a reasonable flight. So
beautiful.
There you have it. This was a great show. I know it took us to 10:30, which is about average, but I think we covered a lot. Very informative. I had a good ass time coming back, and I have a great voice. You hear that, Chris? I'm trying to protect it.
Mean and clean.
And I'm drinking that wellness juice called Mighty Kind. Taste the wellness. I think that's what helped bring my voice back. I know it made my knee feel better. So I'm looking forward to next week. We have Phyllis Curry coming on. I'm trying to dedicate the month of October to fall things, like things you need to do around your house, fall scents, fall foliage, things that you need to do to kind of prepare for the fall. So she's coming on next week to talk to us about how to bring your indoor plants that you might have had outside back in the house for the winter, things that you need to do in different regions to kind of just prepare, for the fall.
Love it.
She'll be on live next week. I'm trying to keep it moving with my live guests, and we're getting back to Tighten Up Tuesday. So that's where we are. And I thank you, Tina, for coming on. Don't go nowhere, because we got to take a picture, but we about to get on here.
Great work, everybody. Be sure to tune in next week. Go see B live. If you're up in the Northeast, follow us on Instagram at Flat Out Funny Out. Insta Denman. Shout out to Tina. Take care of those kids. Good luck, everybody. Thanks to Deja. We'll see everybody next week, Tuesday night. Tune in to Two Funny Mamas. Cedric the Entertainer this week. Bye-bye.
Rhoda and Mark. And Tina. And Candace. Irina, I see you. I got 7. All right.